Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate getter and setter methods in Java. So let's get started. What are these getter and setter methods? With the help of these getter and setter methods, we can achieve something known as encapsulation. Oops concept in Java. I'll explain more about encapsulation in the next session. But for now, let's understand separately what are getter and setter methods. With the help of these getter and setter methods, we can achieve encapsulation in Java. Encapsulation oops concept in Java can be achieved using getter and setter methods. So with practical demonstration, let me explain this getter and setter methods. But before that, before that, you see, we should not we should not, let's say there is a situation where we should not allow the direct access. Okay, there will be some situations where we should not allow the direct access to the variables. Okay, in classes. In a class, there will be some variables, right? If you don't want direct access to this particular variables, okay? So someone randomly will come and modify the value of this particular variables. I don't want to do that directly. Direct access I don't want to give. Rather, I want to give I want to give controlled access. Controlled access, okay? The correct people should be able to access these particular variables. I'm not completely restricting the access, guys. I'm not completely restricting the access to these particular variables, but direct access to these variables, I want to restrict. Okay? Direct access to the variables, I want to restrict. Rather, I would like to give controlled access to these variables. If someone want to update these variables, the correct one should be able to update these variables or access these variables. Rather than giving direct access to these variables, I'm giving controlled. Okay, with proper measures, I'm going to give the access to the variables. Instead of simply giving the access, I'm just restricting it a bit. Only the correct people should be able to access these variables in a proper authorized way. Some people need to access these variables, but I don't want them to directly access the variables. Anyone should not be able to access these variables directly. Rather, authorized people should be able to access these variables in a controlled manner. For that, we can use getter and methods as part of encapsulation in Java, guys. I'll explain more about encapsulation in the coming session. Fine. So how to give this controlled access to these variables inside a class? I'm going to show you practically, guys. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE here. I'll just create a new package first, okay? I'll just name this package as encapsulation pack. I'll just name this package as encapsulation pack. Click on finish. Here under this, I'm going to create a class, guys. Okay, here under this, I'm going to create a class. Let me name this class as car class. You can give any name. I'm just giving car. Finish. After that, guys, inside this class, I'm going to create some variables. Let's say string company. Then int wheels. Like that, some variables I am giving, guys. Okay, some two variables I am giving. Now, if I create another class here, let's say demo class with main method, and here if I want to access these variables outside this class, I need to create an object here, right? New car like this, I'll create an object for this car class. Car C is equal to new car. And here I'll say C dot company. You see, we are able to directly access this company. Directly are we able to access or not? Without any restrictions, but just by creating an object, anyone can access this class variables outside this class. Okay, directly we can access. Equal to Honda, let's say C dot wheels is equal to 4. Okay, so I'm able to access this details of this car class. And also, otherwise here itself I am giving Honda. Let's assume here itself I am giving Honda, and here itself I am giving 4 as the wheels. Now I want to, you see, anyone can access this particular variables of this particular class directly just by creating an object and by using the object reference. C dot company is equal to Kia, I'll say. What will happen now? Original initialized value is Honda. It will get updated to Kia. Or I can access first of all system.out.println c dot company. I'm accessing only. I'm not updating here. I'm not modifying the data of these particular variables, but I'm just accessing them. System.out.println c dot wheels. You see, I'm able to access this particular variables of this class outside the class. Yes, you see, I'm getting the output also. I'm getting this particular output also, guys. I'm getting this particular output also. Honda and 4 got printed. Not only accessing, guys, but also I can update the values of this particular variables of this class like this. C dot company is equal to, I'll say Kia. From Honda to Kia, I'm changing. Now C dot wheels is equal to some 8 wheels, let's say. Now, if I write system.out.println c.company, and if I say system.out.println c dot wheels, what will be printed now? After updating the values, the updated values will get printed. That is Kia and 8 will be printed. Honda 4, after that Kia 8 will be printed. Run this code. First Honda 4 got printed. After that Kia 8 got printed. So anyone can access these variables of this class directly. Okay, whether they have the permission or not doesn't matter, guys. Anyone, okay, can access this particular variables of this class and modify or access the value of this particular variables or modify the value of these variables. To overcome this problem, where everyone should not be able to access, only the authorized people should be able to access. Here, direct access is possible. Direct access of this particular variables is possible, right? Direct modification of this particular variables is possible. Instead of doing it directly, okay, I want to give a controlled access. For that reason, what I will do is I'll just put private here. The moment I provide private here, you see, complete access is restricted. Earlier, open access was there. Anyone can use this, access these variables. Anyone can update these variables. The moment I specify this private, it's all about complete restriction. Zero access, zero updation. No one can access. Okay, no one from outside the class can access. Zero access, complete restriction is something happening. But I don't want complete restriction. Neither I want full access nor I want complete restriction. Rather, I want to give a controlled access. To these particular variables. I'll just keep them as private only, guys. But you see, I cannot access right now when I give private. So to give the controlled access, instead of openly anyone can access, instead of completely restricting the access by making them private, instead of that, what I will do is for this private variables of this class, if I want this particular variables to be accessed and modified outside the class, I want to give that controlled access for these variables, private variables of this class. How to do that? For that, I need to create some getter and setter methods. Okay. So public void, I'll just write like this: public void set company, set company. Okay. Public void set company. And here I'll simply say string company. And here I'll write down set company, this company, string company. I'll simply say this dot company is equal to company, the parameter company, and this dot company means class variable company. Okay, I'll write like this, and I'll create one more set method, get method, public void get company. To access it, we have get. To update it, we have set. Okay, set method, get method. Here, for getting, I'll simply say return company. Return company, I'll say. And here, return type will be the type, that is string. I'll just write string here. Okay. Similarly, for these wheels also I'll do the same thing. Public void set wheels, int wheels, and here I'll say this dot wheels, that is a class variable wheels, is equal to wheels. Okay, like that's it. Okay, I'm updating. Now to get the wheels, public void get wheels, and here I'll simply write return wheels. And here return type of the wheels will be the data type, that is int. Done. Like this, for every private variable of a class, we can create getter and setter methods. Like this. Okay, now is it possible or not? Let's see. So the moment, earlier if I make only private, right, if this getter and setter methods were not there, completely restricted, right, I was not able to access c dot company. C dot company, I was not, you see, I'm not able to access. C dot company, C dot company, put a semicolon here, you see. I'll not be able to access because it is private. Company is private here. I cannot access the company outside the class. So what I will do here is, I want to give this, I created the controlled access with the help of this getter and setter methods. I given the, directly you cannot access this way private variables. Directly you cannot access company and wheels directly using the object reference of the class or something. Via this getter and setter methods, which are mentioned as public. You see, these getter and setter methods are mentioned as public, whereas these variables are mentioned as private. Variables are private, whereas the methods are public. So with the help of this public getter and setter methods, we'll be able to either access or update the values of this particular private variables of the class. This is what is called as a controlled way of giving the access to this particular private variables of the class. Okay. So this is actually encapsulation concept, guys. I'll explain more about encapsulation in the upcoming session though. Now, whenever I want to access them, get the values of this particular variables, so I'll simply write down system.out.println c dot get company. Now here system.out.println c dot get wheels. I have to call get wheels. Getter methods I have to call get wheels, get company. Now if I want to update, what I have to do, c dot set company, and here I need to give the new value of the company. For example, here Honda is there. I would like to give Kia. C dot set wheels. Here I would like to give 8 as a number of wheels. Earlier 4 was there. Company Honda was there. Will be replaced by Kia. Wheels variable, private variable of this particular class with the help of this setter methods will be updated. Because these particular methods are public, guys. These methods are inside the same class. These particular methods are inside the same class where private variables are there. Using the public methods in the same class, we are trying to either access the variables or update the variables. So indirectly via this public methods, we are able to either access these variables or update the values of these variables, because outside the class private will be restricted. Within the class private stuff can be accessed and updated. Okay, so using that technique, we, with the help of this public methods, indirectly we are trying to access or update the values of these variables, right? Fine. Now once I set them, again I want to access system.out.println c dot get c dot get company, then system.out.println c dot set company, like this. Okay, updated values should be printed here. Sorry, c dot get wheels, sorry, c dot get wheels. Okay, wrong one I have created. Yeah, now run this code and see that you'll get the output. You see, we got a proper output. Honda 4, Kia 8 we got after updating Kia 8, before updating Honda 4, accessed and also updated and accessed. So this is how, using getter and setter methods, we can access the, okay, private variables. Though private variables will be restricted outside the class, no one can access or update the values of these private variables from outside the class. But with the help of these public methods of the same class where private variables are there, by using this public methods, which are generally called as getter and setter methods, okay, we are able to access these variables outside the class and update the variables outside the class in a controlled way. Here we have the controlled access. Neither we have full access nor we have restricted access, complete restricted access, but we have some controlled way of access via these public methods. Only the authorized people who are authorized to access these variables or update the values of these variables will be given the access to this particular kind of public okay, public getter and setter methods, and using via them you will be working on this, okay, variables. You will not be able to directly update or access this variables directly. Indirectly you have to access or update these variables with the help of this public getter and setter methods. Okay, this is what is I'll explain more about this as part of encapsulation again. So these are getter and setter methods. So what if what if you don't want to write these things manually, guys? Okay, there are private variables. For them you want to create some getter and setter methods in Eclipse IDE. You don't want to write them manually. So what you can do is select this file where you have to create the, where you have the private variables and where you have to create the getter and setter methods. Click on source menu, and here generate getter and setters option will be there. Select that. So for company private variable, I want to create getter and set method. For wheels private variable also, I want to create getter and setter methods. You just see that, getter and setter methods got created automatically, guys. I don't have to type it. You see, I don't have to type it, guys. Manually, I don't have to type it. So this is a way. Remove that. So one way is going to source and selecting getter and setter methods. Now right click here. Okay, there should be some way, guys. Here, one more way should be there. Uh, where is that? I think one way I have seen that. Any other way is there? Local history reference declarations. I don't think we have other way. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, this is the way for now. Generate getter and setters. This is the best way. That's fine. We'll go with this. Okay. We can simply create the getter and methods, getter and setter methods like this. You see, with proper names and proper things, there will be getter and setter methods for this particular private variables of the class will be auto generated with the help of one of the feature of the Eclipse ID, guys. Okay. With the help of one of the feature of the if I run this after auto generating this getter and setter methods, I'll get the same output. So hope guys you understood what are getter and setter methods. The getter and setter methods will give you the controlled access to the private variables of a particular class. From outside the class, if you want to access this private variables of a class or modify the values of the private variables of the class from outside the class. So there we have to create the getter methods, getter and setter methods in the same class where we have the private variables. And via this public getter and setter methods, okay, indirectly people will be able to access those variables or update the values of the variables. Directly they cannot access. Indirectly via this public getter and setter methods they will be able to access or update the values of the variables. Okay, so this is what is called as getter and setter methods, guys. And how getter and setter methods are related to encapsulation concept I'm going to cover in the next session. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.